Hello, and welcome back to Weston the Historian. Today I want to talk about something really exciting. Something I've been working on for a while, and this started because a while ago I would start, looking into books and stuff, and when you really start getting interested in literature and history, something you realize is there's a lot of books that just don't exist in print anymore. Not necessarily because there's not an interest in them, but just because they're kind of obscure. They're not as well known. And this extends to poetry, this extends to historical documents. So a lot of things, they'll be on the Internet Archive, but that's the only place you can find it. Maybe there's like some ancient copy of it on eBay selling for $300. But I realized, this is a big issue. So what I decided to do is I decided that someone needs to take these books, which are a little bit more rare, typically out of print, typically super expensive, and the ones that are specifically in the public domain. And I decided that I need to bring these back from the dead. So I decided to start with Ash Wednesday by T.S. Eliot. It's one of his long poems, just like the quartets and the Wasteland, but it is one of his poems that people don't hear as much about, which is very strange because it's written very well. It's a very good poem, and it was written during a very significant part of his life. Which, whenever people talk about T.S. Eliot, people will talk about this part of his life, which is when he decided to convert to Anglican Christianity. Which he stayed being an Anglican Christian his entire life, but for whatever reason, his poem Ash Wednesday is not as common to find in like as a printed separate copy. You might find it in like his collected poems. There are one or two versions of it on Amazon or whatever, but it's not something you see as much as the Wasteland. You'll see the Wasteland as a separate thing, and I was like, that's kind of strange. The Ash Wednesday is not its own thing. And recently, as of this year, January 1st, 2026, it entered the public domain. So what I did was I decided to republish it on Amazon. So if you look up T.S. Eliot, Ash Wednesday, Weston Newbell, you will find my edition of Ash Wednesday by T.S. Eliot. So the cover was made by me. I have my own introduction, but the text itself is exactly as the original Ash Wednesday. So I just wanted to share that because I think it's very interesting, and this is something I'm really passionate about, and this is something I want to keep doing. I also want to do this with, if there are any other works by T.S. Eliot which are impossible to find and in the public domain, I would like to do that. Also with the works of Ezra Pound, and any other fantastic poet, literary figure, who, it's just hard to find their work. So I've been making a list, and I've been trying to put together more of these works like that. And yeah, I would really appreciate if you checked out my edition of Ash Wednesday by T.S. Eliot, because there's going to be a lot more to where that comes from. But anyway, that's all I've got for y'all today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.